It is written that a long time ago there were giants upon the land, and these giants seen us as mere grasshoppers, and to our own sight we seen ourselves as grasshoppers until we changed our sight and seen ourselves as giants as well. Today, there are many giants dictating to us like grasshoppers. It's time for us to see ourselves as giants once again. Change your perspective of self, and everything changes. But this unbounded spirit, doesn't it feel different?
Yes, I feel massive. I feel really, really big, like I sprawl across the earth. Big.
Now, if there's anything that you want to change in your life, as you are this big, you can also see yourself there and see whatever it is that you want to change in your life as a color. And the new color you're going to introduce is your freedom. What color is that?
Blue.
And just see the other color drain out and the blue come in. You're the commander in your life. And notice the feelings that happen inside of your body as you do that. You're the Lord God of your own being. This is your reality. You can have it any way you like it.
That was incredible. As you were saying that, there was like all this grey, smoky, dusty water coming out. And the blue came in and I felt,
See, this part of us is so intelligent that it knows what beliefs need to go and what ideas need to go and all of that with that gray. And then it brings in the blue with the new ideas and new beliefs and new attitudes. Otherwise, we're at this forever, digging up every belief system and whatever. It's going to take a lifetime.
That's
But
so true.
we can move this as a metaphorical concept. The metaphor is gray, and blue is the other metaphor, and we can just exchange it. People can go, but, and I go, oh boy, you're going to go back, aren't you? But, and they go back, and they take on the gray again. They say, it can't be that easy. I have to bring the gray back in because I have to do lots of work to do it. And you go, okay, you get to be running.
It has to be a big, long process in order to feel worthy of having this thing in life. And I have to jump all through these hoops to make myself feel deserving of the gold. And
that's right.
No, I'm going to put a gate around the gray so it doesn't come back in.
And you don't need to, because you've made the choice and you realize how free you are. Gray's never kept you ever. It was just a game you were playing with yourself of limitation, of denial that you're God.
Well, that is no longer a fun game to play.
That's right. We just want to have a delightful time, right?
Oh my goodness.
Is isn't isn't freedom delightful?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, those little things we worry about have zero significance.
Zero. Come back to your right mind for a change, and it'll all be absolutely what they call satori. You're going to laugh your ass off at the whole thing, right?
Satori.
Satori, it's the funniest thing in the world. Because when you come back to your right mind, it's like, oh my God, what game was I playing with myself here?
That's so funny because one of my favorite songs is by someone called Satori. And I've been listening to this all this time.
Yeah.
I'll send you the song.
So a while back I was playing with these ideas and concepts. What if therapy could be fun? What if therapy you could laugh your butt off through it all? I mean, I'm talking ugly laugh, right?
Do you want to give us an example?
Sure. So, do you have something serious going on right now, like something serious that you'd like to shift? See, I can't give you an example without working on you. So, is that okay?
Okay. Um, okay. So I've been having really painful hamstrings. So I've worked out nearly every day for the last year,
Yeah.
and I've felt very, very ungrounded and coming out of my body.
Okay.
And I've been rubbing cream and getting acupuncture and trying to really ground, and it's becoming quite an issue.
Okay. Right. This is pretty serious, eh?
Well, it's like I spend most of the day in pain, so yeah.
Okay. So this is pretty serious, eh? Okay. Okay.
Is it?
Okay. Come back and talk to me again about this. Uh, okay. And try to be really serious. Telling me what's going on. There's now people viewing this are going to go, this is weird. What's going on here? But actually, what's happening is that there's a pattern that you have been living that's pretty serious, and by getting you to access it, but injecting laughter breaks up the pattern. Now, notice what happens to your stringy ham. You know,
I
where did
have zero control over this laughter right now. I'm just saying that as a disclaimer.
how do you feel?
Light.
So the goddess in you, all she would need to do is run the right relief color through those stringy hams, eh? Right?
Okay.
And what color would that be, do you think?
Oh, what color do I want it to be? Um, Purple.
Purple. Okay. So, and just notice, there we go, How's that feel to have that purple running down through there?
It feels really nice, but it also feels really silly.
Really silly. Yeah. Well, that's good. Silly's always good. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm standing in a ball pit at like a kid's play center.
So, how does this work? Some things are really worth digging up and fluffing out and taking a look at, and other things are just simply patterns. Patterns we repeat, and we'll repeat the same pattern every time, all the time, right? You'll even notice that people get ticked off because they're telling the pattern to you, and you interrupt them, and they get mad because they want to finish their pattern. They got to tell you the whole pattern, right? And what's happening is that when brain cells wire together, they fire together, and they do it in the same sequence every time. But you see, what you and I did was introduce, and it was very slight, you probably didn't notice it, is that I watched when you went into laughter, right? And then I mimicked it on my face. That was a hypnotic anchor. And then when you were telling me about how serious it was, I joined you in the seriousness. You see, it's a trigger now, right? But you don't have to look at me. All you have to do now is think about, and it blows that whole belief system right out of the water, because what's laughter doing in the middle of this serious thing that I got going on, right? And then you let it go. It's kind of like, when you walk up to your car and you go to put the groceries in the back seat and you realize, oh, I have the keys in my other pocket, and you got to move all the
Oh my,
groceries. Yeah, and
that is so annoying.
you do that about 5 times in a row, and you're pissed off every time you do it, until finally one day you realize you did it again and you start to laugh, and then it's over. See, patterns need seriousness for them to function, not laughter. So we have a problem state where we go into our mind and we have problems. That's a problem state. But when we move over to joy or laughter, that's not a problem anymore. And usually the solutions just pop right in. So it's all about shifting state than it is anything else, right? It'll always be a problem forever and ever because you're in the problem state. But when you move over to laughter, it's all over. So I got curious and I went, well, what if we just move people into laughter? Their problems would solve themselves, really. Is, is that a good
What
example?
just happened? Oh my god.
Now, did I ever bring out a watch and wave it in front of you and say you're getting sleepier and sleepier? And no,
No, but it was so indirect and I didn't know what was happening. And that makes me feel concerned about how that has happened to me during my life. Like how I've been influenced in a negative way from TV and
oh yeah,
government and all these things that I don't want to be.
right.
It's so subtle that you don't notice it.
That's right. When I looked at how the thing of it is that anybody that watches television, and you watch anybody that watches television, they start watching the box, and next thing you know, the mouth goes open and they go into a trance. And then I did some investigation and found out that the flicker rate on the television screen is the same flicker rate as your alpha brainwave patterns.
Wow.
So television is really a hypnotic process. And they're telling you a vision that your life and it's called TV programming, and people aren't catching this
It's right in front of our faces.
right in front of their faces. And so what happens is the flicker rate on the television is the same flicker rate as alpha brainwave patterns. So people,
Yeah.
they say when a person first sits down the first time that they watch TV, it takes about half an hour for the effect to happen. The next time they watch it, it only takes 15 minutes. And after that, all they have to do is put their butt to the couch and start to look at it, and boom, they're in a trance. And I took that and I went, okay, so the most powerful trance that's taking place on the planet is happening with people with their eyes wide open. What am I doing? Getting them to close their eyes and fight with them going into a trance. You know, because if you've ever done that sort of trance work, you know, people will go, oh, my mind's too powerful. You can't hypnotize me. And I start to laugh because I says, are you manifesting your reality? Are you flying around? Are you levitating? No. Well, you're already hypnotized because they're telling you these things. So
and music as well.
yeah, and so so repetition, influence, fear. These are all hypnotic inductions. Okay. And so influence, when we're hearing a song or it's an artist, we're in this la la state, and we're in that. Or repetition, they keep repeating, you know.
And also
Wear your hat, wear your hat, wear your hat. That repetition
and
can,
also like around the frequencies that have been, so sound was originally on the solfeggio frequency scale, but it was changed for mainstream music today.
yeah,
Does that make it more
discordant. Right brain, left brain.
huh,
Frequencies, the frequencies that you're talking about are right brain frequencies.
wow.
They don't want you to go in there, not when they're trying so hard to hypnotize the human race into slavery. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
there's
my goodness.
yeah.
I cannot believe it's been an hour already.
What?
Yeah.
Holy man. Okay. Goodness. Well, what the heck?
um so I think we'll wrap it up there.
Okay.
And yeah, I that was so mind-blowing and opening, and I have so many things to think about and process after this amazing conversation. I admire your work so much. Um, Thank you so much for being a part of this interview today. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me, Steph. Really,
Thank you.
you know,
I think it was about 8 or 9 years ago I first discovered your work. Um,
and we've been trying to
so
have an interview ever since.
it,
And it finally happened today.
thank you so very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so shocked it's already over. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll go and do some solfeggio scales and be rebellious in my right brain.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank
and I
you.
hope you have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye bye.
Cool. Thank you. Bye.